Have you heard the news that archaeologists recently discovered a papyrus of a section of Homer's Iliad inside an Egyptian mummy found at a tomb in Oxyrhynchus? This papyrus was found placed on the abdomen of the mummy, and it was part of the mummification and the embalming process, and it was usual for some texts considered magical or ritualistic to be buried with the person, but it's extremely rare to find a work of literature. And what section of Homer's Iliad is on the papyrus? So the section of the Iliad contained on the papyrus was from Book 2. It's the catalogue of ships, in ancient Greek the Neon Katalogos, and this is from a part early in the Iliad which describes the different Greek forces who were present at Troy, who sailed over to fight against the Trojans. It lists the leaders and the different boats they came in. And a lot of people don't really like this part of the Iliad. They find it quite boring. It's a long list, and many people even skip over it. But in reality, it's got so much interesting detail, and it's very finely created. But why do you think that this person chose to be buried with the Iliad at all? The fact that Homer's Iliad was found in the tomb of an Egyptian mummy goes to show just how important the texts of Homer, the stories, were in ancient times and still are nowadays for the human spirit and for our appreciation of life and art. I'm sure you know the example of how Alexander the Great, the best conqueror of all time, an amazing warrior, slept with a copy of Homer's Iliad underneath his pillow. And it wasn't just a normal copy, but instead a copy he had annotated with his tutor Aristotle. And of course there's a great example of how Alexander the Great, when he arrived with his troops at the site of Troy, he and his comrade Hephaestion, they ran naked around the supposed tomb of Achilles and laid garlands on the site of the tomb. Also in Greece, Turkey and Egypt, sarcophagi have been found with sculpted scenes from the Iliad and the Odyssey. Here is one of Odysseus embracing his father, reuniting with his father Laertes in the Odyssey, and another one of Iphigenia being sacrificed at Aulis before the Trojan War began. Homer is thought by many to be an expert at depicting human life and psychology in all its glory and its tragedy as well, but also that he's a master at mimesis. This is something described by Plato and Aristotle as representing and uplifting human life and behaviour through art. And have you read the Iliad? Maybe you should join my group classes if you haven't. And have you heard of this news story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.